Welcome to the Musa video blog. So here we are, a week after Purim, and I still think there's another message that we could learn from. See, the story of Purim is a wonderful, incredible, great miracle that happened to the Jewish people. But there's another aspect to the holiday that's really important, and that is the Jewish people themselves. The Jewish people were confronted by near annihilation. Haman, the terrible Haman, wanted to wipe out, obliterate every single last Jew. And the Jews, although they were in such a terrible state, rose to the occasion. They poured out their hearts. But even more than pouring out their hearts, they changed who they were. They used it as a springboard for real change. They were getting hit over the head in an incredibly big way. And yet, instead of just bad-mouthing Haman and saying, Haman, oh, he's so terrible, how could he do this? And I'm sure they hated the guy. I'm sure they felt he was a despicable, wretched villain. Nevertheless, they saw it also as a sign from God, and they saw it as a chance, an opportunity to change. So they poured out their hearts. They turned inwards. They changed who they were. Our sages tell us that the decree of Haman, when Achashverosh took off the ring, gave it to Haman, gave him the power to issue his decree against the Jews, that did more than all the words of the prophets. The prophets, they said, okay guys, you're doing a lousy job. The people said, oh, here he goes again. Once again, the rabbi's giving us more rebuke. But when they got hit over the head in such a big way, they said, uh-oh, now's the time to change. So I think that provides a very useful Muslim message for all of us. We don't like getting hit over the head, and I don't mean literally getting hit over the head. And let's not talk about the big, terrible, catastrophic things in life. Let's just talk about the everyday type, or not everyday, once in a while kind of events where you get hit over the head, namely, your spouse, your friend, someone at shul, someone at work, something happens, they say something to you, they do something to you, and it really rivets you. You get a jolt from it. So we can take what oftentimes is the knee-jerk reaction and just think bad about the other person. Or we can say, this is happening for a reason. Let me turn inward. That's the Musar approach. The Musar approach is not casting blame. Now, the other person may be wrong. That could very well be the case. But the Musar approach is to say, what can I personally gain from this? What do I need to learn from this situation? How can I rectify myself? How can I turn inwards and change the person that I am? That's something that does, unfortunately but fortunately, happen to us not so infrequently. So we can take that lesson from the Purim story. When we get hit over the head, use it as a springboard for improvement. Leverage that force, that energy, that stuff that's bothering us, and use it for good. See you next time.